This evening's gospel lesson is taken from the 22nd chapter of Luke, verses 14 through 20. When the time came, Jesus took his place at the table, and the apostles joined him. He said to them, "I have earnestly desired to eat this Passover with you before I suffer. I tell you, I won't eat it until it is fulfilled in God's kingdom." After taking a cup and giving thanks, he said, "Take this and share it among yourselves. I tell you that from now on, I won't drink from the fruit of the vine until God's kingdom has come." After taking bread and giving thanks, he broke it and gave it to them, saying, "This is my body, which is broken for you. Do this in remembrance of me." In the same way, he took the cup after the meal and said, "This cup is the new covenant by my blood, which is poured out for you." May God add his blessing to the gospel tonight.
As we gather this evening, I'd like you to think about something. That something is, how many times in your lifetime have you accepted the invitation to receive the sacraments of Holy Communion? Now, there may be some among us this evening that this might be the first time. And if so, welcome. We are glad you are here and you are welcomed at this table. For some, it may be a few dozen, just starting out in their faith journey for a year or two. To you, welcome. But I would wager that for most, as I look around, there's some history here. There's some history here. And I would wager, as I ask that question, that for many of us gathered here tonight, you have received this sacrament hundreds and hundreds of times, if not thousands of times, in different places, in different settings, with different pastors. You have accepted the invitation to come to Christ's table. And with anything else that happens many times in our life, it can turn into being merely a ritual, something we do rotely, something that becomes a habit, but hopefully it is what the founder of Methodism, our brother John Wesley, coined as a discipline of delight. I like that. A discipline of delight. As I was thinking about this evening, I began to wonder about the disciples around that table with Jesus. Because it was their first time. Think about that. It was their first time to receive this gift from Jesus himself. They hadn't done it dozens and dozens and hundreds of times. It was fresh. It was new. It was the very first time in sharing that meal. And I wonder, when Jesus took the cup for the first time, and he said, "This is the cup of the new covenant." What they must have been thinking. They had never experienced this before. They now are hearing from Jesus himself that this is his blood, and it symbolizes all that's new, all that's different, all that is changing. He turns their attention to this cup for new truth, a new word, a new grace, a new love. I wonder what they must have been thinking. Especially with those of us who have done this hundreds and thousands of times. I know two things in this moment. First, I don't know what that new thing is for you this evening. I don't know what it is. But the second thing I know is that I know beyond a shadow of a doubt it's something. That there is something happening here this evening, in this moment, in this time, on this Holy Thursday, as Jesus extends an invitation to once again share in the new covenant that God wants to give to each of us. A new word, a new truth, a new grace, a new love. I don't know what it is. All I know is it is. Because before us this evening, my dear friends, is the wonderful grace-laden opportunity to come and share in this sacrament as if it was the first time. The very first time. To experience the breaking of the bread and the sharing of the cup as the disciples did, with all their curiosity, with all their amazement, wondering exactly what this is all about. What a gift. A gift that has taken us from the baptismal font of our ashes to this moment of invitation. Not so that we just do it one more time, but to perhaps once again, or for the very first time, experience the new. Experience the first time, the gift and the grace of Jesus Christ as he shares and witnesses his love for us by going to the cross.